Back. As many of you know, I'm a working mom of 2 little girls, and I sometimes feel overwhelmed, always feel overwhelmed, really, and most always feel tired. So I can't imagine what it would be like to be a working mom raising 10 children. But that's just what our next guest did. I'm talking about Rose Rock, also known as comedian Chris Rock's mom. Although she doesn't like to just be referred to that way, and she did it so successfully that she now speaks about parenting around the country. She is also the author of a book called Mama Rock's Rules: 10 Lessons for Raising a Household Full of Successful Children. Recently, I had a chance to talk with one of her other sons, Tony, that's him on the left next to Chris, when he was in town to appear at the Pittsburgh Comedy Club. Tony told us what it was like growing up in his famous brother's shadow and how happy he was when I told him I didn't even realize that he was Chris Rock's brother.
You did not know that?
I didn't know that. Is that how
I
most
mean, she
people...
liked me for me.
Is that how most people refer to you? Do you get that a lot?
Not a lot less now. I've been doing stand-up for quite some time, but when I started out, I didn't even have a name. It was Chris Rock's brother.
Oh.
Comedy club owners would put, appearing tonight, Chris Rock's brother.
But there are a lot of you. How many siblings do you have?
I have 9 siblings. Yeah.
Are all of you funny?
Chris and I are just the rich ones, so everybody tends to just think of us.
Are the rest of them funny or not so
Everybody's
much?
funny. Every one of my siblings, my parents, my uncles, everybody's funny. It's like, it's in our DNA.
Yeah, I told him I'd like to be at Thanksgiving at his house. Tony also told us how he'd get in trouble in school for cutting up on the playground, the school, and in class.
My mother was a teacher at the school I went to. So I would get in trouble and get sent to my mother's class instead of being sent to the principal's office. And it was much, trust me, you would rather get sent to the principal's office than your mother's classroom.
And there you can tell, Mama Rose Rock knew how to keep her boys in line, not just her birth children, but 22 foster children as well. And we are happy to have Rose with us this morning, along with Suzanne Cole, the president and CEO of Presley Ridge. Rose met with Presley Ridge foster parents at a recognition event last night to stress the importance of kids after they leave your home. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
So you didn't know that Tony was on our show.
I did not know Tony. Tony was here before me. That's a lot to live up to.
Now, I tell you what, he told me about his 9 siblings, but he did not mention the great work that you've done fostering 22 children.
Yes, when I did the book, we counted 17, and I have a child since then, and we started counting, it's about 22.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
So you spoke last night at this recognition event, and how important is it, the role in fostering young children, teenagers, and then staying in their lives afterwards?
I think even with the whole system is the staying in their lives, because see, they expect to be dropped and they expect you to just, let them go. But even your own kids at 18, they're not ready for the world.
Right.
They still need mom and dad. And can you imagine a foster child at 18 being told on that day, you're leaving this house?
Yeah.
And they generally go into either shelters or group homes. And that's not what you want.
No, not at all. So what advice do you have for working parents out there? Because I think it's so hard now. I mean, decades ago, it used to be that one person stayed at home, usually the mother. Now, everybody has to work, sometimes multiple jobs in order to keep up. So how do you stay in their lives but make sure that the children have what they need to be successful in life?
The thing is, it's not the amount of time, it's the fact that you make time. If they need to talk, you stop what you're doing and you talk.
Yeah.
If the clothes have to be unfolded, then they're not folded. You fold them the next day. But kids need time. They don't need stuff.
Yeah.
They need your time, and they don't need to be sat in front of a TV. They need to be, now kids don't even talk.
Right.
Because they're always on something. I hate that. But they've got to, you've got to be fully engaged. And it's hard when you're working and you're doing everything else, but you just make the time. If it's 15 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, you make that time.
I find myself in that situation. I'll be checking an email on my iPad or on my phone, and my 3-year-old will come up and ask me to color. And I realize in that moment, she's been wanting me for the past hour and I haven't been available to her. So I think that happens all too much. And I love this message from you. Your child is your message that you send out to the world.
It is. It's your message. Children absolutely live what they learn. And who is the first teacher? You.
Right, exactly. So how did you get into fostering in the first place?
Because we would sit and watch the news, and you would see, oh, this kid got beaten, this kid got burnt, they found this baby on a doorstep. And for not right away, for maybe a couple of years, my husband and I would look at each other and say, oh, they could have brought that baby to us. Oh, we could take care of this baby. But at some point, when do you become a part of the solution and not the problem?
Yeah.
So you just say, hey, we've been saying this, now we're going to do it.
So let's talk a little bit about Presley Ridge. You guys have existed since 1832, helping so many children through all that time. Talk about the importance of fostering children, again, at any age.
Yeah, you know, we have about 428,000 kids in the foster care system across the United States.
Wow.
And in Pennsylvania alone, there are between 13 and 15,000 kids in the foster care system. So it really is a situation in which we need people like Rose, who's such an inspiration, to step up in the community and realize that they can be part of the solution. They can help provide a safe, loving, nurturing, structured setting for these kids to really thrive in.
Can you talk about why parents of foster teens were recognized last night, why that was so important?
Well, you think about someone really giving something back to the community, it's the ultimate sacrifice. You are raising a child or helping another family who needs some support at a difficult time in their life, but you're giving back to that child and you're really showing what it takes to be able to help another human being be successful. I can't imagine a greater gift. And so to recognize people that sacrifice, because it is a sacrifice, but it's also very rewarding. They need to be recognized for what they're contributing to that child and to the community in general.
And I think if anybody can speak to all of that, it is you, Rose, because with 7 children, how can you have an excuse?
True.
I mean, really, you can't say you're too busy if you had 7 children yourself and still went on to foster.
And it's a great experience for your children. It is the greatest experience. I was saying yesterday, when I realized my children were fully vested, when the Cabbage Patch dolls came out, and they were so expensive, and one of my foster daughters wanted a Cabbage Patch, and we were trying to figure out, you know, how to get this doll. And I came downstairs, and my boys were at the counter trying to figure out what they were going to give up in order for this, you know, child to have this doll. That's when you realize that, yeah,
You can make it
brings
work.
out the best in
Absolutely.
your children.
Oh, good to hear. All right, well, thank you both for being here and talking more about fostering and the importance of it. You can help Presley Ridge celebrate 185 years of making stronger families by becoming a foster parent like Rose Rock or helping out in other ways. You can see how to get involved on the Presley Ridge website, and we have that link posted for you at kdka.com/PTL.